Other cities. The focus tonight mainly on independent businesses. Quinton Lucas is the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, where a bill was passed today allowing restaurants to expand onto sidewalks and parking lots. Mr. Mayor, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for being with us.
It's good to be with you.
Tell us how this is all going to work.
So we saw that we needed more social distancing. We also saw that we needed to get our restaurants open again. So we came up with plans that throughout the entire state will allow restaurants to apply for permits, shut down streets. Those permits can last really until the end of the year. And they can also reuse parking lots, sidewalks, really trying to create a better pedestrian experience, but certainly a business one. And we thought that was the best way to really get our restaurant industry back up to work.
Sounds like a good idea. I know a number of other cities are talking about the same thing. How many restaurants do you think we're talking about?
So we've heard from a lot of our restaurant leaders. There are 94,000 people in our metro area of about 2.2 million who work in the restaurant industry itself. So I would expect literally probably in Kansas City alone, 500 to 1,000 restaurants that will avail themselves of this opportunity. And, you know, we hear all types of great things from our Department of Public Health about what a positive step this is for making sure you really do maintain distancing. It's one thing to say that tables have to be 6 feet apart, but in a restaurant, we'll still have people that are bumping into each other, interacting. We thought that this was the best way to make sure we kept that distance. We had people outside, and more than anything, we were allowing restaurants to open and really have a chance to survive.
How's the city been doing?
You know, I think compared to a lot of other markets, we've been very fortunate. You know, I just heard that subway worker describe his story. Here in Kansas City, we've only had 20 fatalities thus far. The metro area, about 120. We're in a position where we have done a good job of flattening the curve. But what that means is that we have to stay vigilant. Other metro areas, New Orleans, for example, is actually a little smaller than our metro, has had a lot more infections. So that's why we're taking it seriously so that we can get back to a point where we can be open again, see our world champion Kansas City Chiefs do any of that work. But we recognize to get there, we need to be smart. And this is one smart policy, one smart step that helps us reopen.
Everybody's looking for the return of ball games, I can tell you that. Where are you in the reopening process in general?
So we have already introduced a reopening kind of set of guidelines starting on May 6th. We had a 10% capacity rule. It was known as 10-10-10, a few other standards relating to it. So we're at a point where almost every type of establishment is open or can be open. The only limit is that's pretty severely small capacity. That's why we're trying to open up more public spaces. And I don't think we'll stop at restaurants, retail stores, art spaces, et cetera. This is the sort of thing where we're trying to say, how can we create more plaza-like experiences throughout our city to make sure that folks can really interact with business, retail, restaurants, et cetera, but also keep the distance they'll need. So I expect us to continue to increase those capacity thresholds well into the summer. And I would hope that, you know, we're in a good place to make sure that we can be open by the fall.
Didn't realize Kansas City apparently has more boulevards than any city except for Paris.
You know, we have a lot of wonderful boulevards and fountains. These are spaces that really will lend themselves to creating opportunities like this one. And so, you know, we look forward to doing that. We look forward to giving the people of Kansas City something really to return to. And I think that every American city, large and small, should consider this as an opportunity for their businesses and for their restaurants.
Yeah, I've been to your great city. I've eaten in your great restaurants, and I can't wait to get back. Mr. Mayor, I appreciate your time tonight. You be well.
Thank you so much.